Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So in this video, we are going to discuss the Leetcode problem of the day. It is going to be a screencast solution and the problem is unique length 3 palindromic sequences and it is a medium level problem. So if you are new here, screencast basically means I have not solved this problem before. If I show you my solutions, I'm just going to solve it right now and we'll discuss the problem as we go. So it says that we have been given a string s and we have to return the number of unique palindromes of length 3 that are a subsequence of s. Okay. Mhm. We know what is a subsequence and we know what is a palindrome. So unique palindrome, they basically mean when they say unique palindrome, they're trying to say that let me guess, that AVA, if it is encountered more than once, then it is only counted once, right? So if it is of length 3, the 3 is the length, then we know that the first and the last characters will be the same, right? And there can be any character in between. And obviously, if we have counted B once, we are not going to count it twice. So if I can just fix these two characters, the first and the last, so there are 26 possible combinations and I have to figure out with these 26 combinations what are the unique number of letters between them. I believe the best way would be to take the first occurrence of this particular character and the last occurrence of the same character and then count all the number of like unique between them. Let's just try this. So vector int first of size 26 and last of size 26 and what else do we need? Let me just create and also uh, so what I'm essentially doing is I'll need these first and last vectors to store the first and the last occurrence of each of the characters and I'm using this prefix array basically to find out the number of unique characters between any two characters. You'll see in a while how this prefix array works, but first of all let me just do this n I plus plus last of s of I minus a is equals to I and first of s of n minus I minus 1 minus a is going to be. So this is a nice way of setting the first and the last occurrences in a one single loop. If you just do a simple try run, you will understand what is going on here and I leave it as a task for you. This is very simple, first and last vectors. I am just setting the first and last positions of each of the characters. Now for the prefix array, so let's just copy first. If I is greater than 0, then only I am going to copy and I am going to do this 0, j is less than 26, j plus plus pre of ij plus is equals to pre of I minus 1j, right? Now pre of I of s of I minus a plus plus, right? So I created a prefix array. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to initialize my answer with 0 and I am going to go through all the different characters. I is less than 26, I plus plus. Then I'm going to create let's say vector int current. So this is going to be a current frequency array. So prefix of last of I, right? Now if first of I is greater than 0, then for int j is equal to 0, j less than 26, j plus plus. Okay, so current of j minus is equals to prefix of first of I minus 1 j, right? So for int j is equals to 0, j is less than 26, j plus plus, answer plus is equals to current of j is greater than 0. Now I'm just going to return answer. So let me test it first, then I'll discuss. Okay, so we have got a wrong answer. The value that we are getting are very big. Okay, so I must have made some mistake in writing this. Three zero four. The second one is 0. I'm getting 26 for some unknown reason. Let's just check if our prefix array is correct. I think so. It is good. Okay, so right, I got the reason. Still, there is some difference. Okay, so there's one more thing. We don't have to do this actually. Or first of is first to last of. Okay, so this is getting accepted here. Let me just quickly submit this and then we'll discuss what I've tried to do. Okay, right. So this is correct. And let us see what went along. So basically the overall idea was correct, but I was writing it the wrong way here. right? So what happens is this array, this particular for loop must be very clear. I'm just storing three things: the last occurrence of each of the characters, the first occurrence of each of the characters, and the prefix on, right, for each of the characters. Now what will essentially happen is I'm just going to traverse through all the 26 characters which are possible from A to Z, and I check whether it is present in the array or not, right? Or instead I could have also just converted it into a simple single condition, because if both of them are the same characters, then also I don't have to do anything, right? So you see it is also accepted, right? So the idea is, let's say if both of them are at the same position, that means they are the same character, so it does not have a length, it cannot have a length greater than 1, right? So but we needed a length 3, right? So this is not possible here. Now the next thing that we could have tried to do was just find out what are all the unique characters between them. So what I essentially do is, let's say 1A is here, 1A is here, right? Now I take this particular position and I take this particular position, right? But you see I have subtracted 1 from here, that means I have to end till here. I don't want to include this character. Similarly, I don't want to include this character as well. So if I do this thing, prefix of this particular position, which is last of I minus 1 minus prefix of I, that means I'm going to get the frequency of all the characters in this particular range, right? And if I get the frequency of all the characters in this particular range, if any of them is 0, I add 1 to my answer, right? So for example, if there are two A's and the frequency of B is greater than 0 here, that means I can write ABA. Similarly, if frequency of C was greater than 0, I could have written ACA, right? So this is how I add 1 to my answer, and at the end I can just return my answer. So this would be the simple solution of this problem. I just made some errors writing down the last part, but the idea overall is correct. So I hope that you guys were able to understand the solution. If you guys did, then consider dropping a like on this video, and just make sure of this particular part, that whenever you are like counting the frequency or anything, you don't have to include this one and this one. So your prefix should be, let's say this is position J and this is position I, your prefix should be prefix of J minus 1 minus prefix of I, right? So that both of them are not included. So that was it. So please like consider dropping a like and dropping down your thoughts in the comments, because your engagement with this particular video really helps the YouTube algorithm to understand that this video is actually helpful for you, and it will be able to reach much more people like you who want to keep solving new problems. So that was it for today. See you till the next video. Keep coding, stay safe, bye bye.